Everyone, it's November 27th. Oh, we got a hard one today. Haven't done a hard one for a very long time. At least I think 3 weeks. It's always medium. Number of ways to divide a long corridor. Along a long library corridor, there is a line of seats and decorative plants. You are given a zero-indexed string corridor of length n consisting of S for seat and P for plant. One room divider has already been installed to the left of index 0 and another to the right of n-1. Additional room dividers can be installed for each position between indices i-1 and I. At most, one divider can be installed. Divide the corridor into non-overlapping sections where each section has exactly 2 seats with any number of plants. There may be multiple ways to perform the division. 2 ways are different if there is a position with a room divider installed in the first way but not in the second way. If there is a position with a room divider installed, okay, that's different. Return the number of ways to divide the corridor. We're gonna mod. So in this, so basically, we want to divide the corridor into sections. Just put dividers in them such that we can have exactly two seats with any number of plants. So plants doesn't really mean anything, right? All we care about is the seats. We just want 2 seats. So there are 3 different ways for the first one. This one is only 1 because there's no way you can. Oh yeah, you cannot do it because you do it, there will be no seat on one side. That's a 0. There's no way. Yeah, most likely DP. We just need to find out how to DP this thing. So we have. Oh, something is not right. My pen, that's not right. Hold on. I need to change to monitor 1. Nope. Monitor 3. There we go. All right. Okay, so we have S, S, P, P, S, P, S. And I mean, we can put extra stuff in between because that's where we're gonna put our stuff. Front and back can output. So basically, we're just saying how many different ways we can put in there. And we can probably compute how many ways we can do. And in fact, if we have, let's say, because it has to be 2, right? So it has to be a even number, which means this should return 0 if it's an odd number of seat, right? So let's say if we just do another seat, this should be 0 because we cannot do it, right? So at least half of the test cases, and it shouldn't be half of the testing. You want like a very trivial, like a trivial answer is just to count. Now once we know it's an even, so the number of seats divided by number of seats, right? So seat count divided by 2 minus 1. That's the number of dividers. Right? In this case, we have 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then 2 will require 1. And if we have 6, right? If it's 6, we need 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 minus 1. So we know the number of dividers. So now we just want to see how we're gonna put them in. And it's pretty straightforward, because if you you don't even care about, I don't even need to care about the plants, right? So we can actually transform this into just s, and any two s cannot be split. So basically just ss, we have 1, 2, 3, and then ss. Anything in between this cannot be split. So in this case we have 1, so it just does that, right? And if we have, let's say, yeah, just consecutive, because there's no way, so it's just consecutive s. So we can go through this, right? We go through the string, we find an s, we find a second s, and then, ooh, how do we well, we count the s, right? So we and any divider to the left of the first seat is also useless, because you cannot put it there. So we just go through the whole thing, right? We count the first s, we count the second s, right? So we just get a 2s, and then we find a position that's gonna be a p. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. We just find 2, we find s, we get an index. Next index we count as 2. So next one we find, right? Then we can compute the distance between the two. So in this case, okay, I can say SSPP SPS, right? So I have a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4, this is 2, okay? So 4 minus 2, that's 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minus 1 is 3, okay? We can actually say, yes, that means we have 3 spots that we can do in between. So we say, okay, the first is 3, right? And then we reset the count to 1. Right, we reset the count to 1. And then we go to the next one, count is 2. And next one we check, oh, count is 2. So we'll have, just all this. Right, so these are the possible available dividing points in between. And eventually the last one, and then we go to 1, and then we get that, and then boom, ends. Now we just have these, right? Which means that each position you can put 1, but in any one of them. So it will just be multiply them. And in this case, yeah, there's nothing. In this case, it's nothing. So when it's nothing, it's 1. Because you start with 1. Right? So you get whatever it is. So the rest, you start with 1. And then you do this. And when we do this, we can also check the count at the end. The count at the end should be 2. If the count at the end is 1, that means, okay, let's give this a shot. If it is like this way, then I'll say it's easier than yesterday's problem. Nah, not yesterday's, the day before yesterday. Because I didn't really solve the day before yesterday. So I'd rather believe this is easier than the day before yesterday. All right, anyway, so what we're gonna start to do is we have a count, okay? So count, and we need a list of integer. So dividing positions. Okay, so it's new array list. All right, and then what we're gonna do is count from front to the end. All right, we're gonna count from front to the end. So for int, let's say I equal to 0, I smaller than corridor dot size. Oh, length I plus plus. This is not right. No. This. Okay. If corridor dot char at I, okay, is equal to s, a seat. Oh, we need a previous. Okay, so we need a int pre-s pre-index. Right. Then what? If it's equal to this, we need to check if count is equal to 2, right? Then what we need to do is div position dot add current minus pre-index, and we reset count to 0. Okay, so that's if count is equal to 2. Then we do that. If count is not equal to 2, we don't do it. Instead, we simply increment count and set pre-index equal to the current one. All right. So if we start the first one, blah 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 blah, and then we check the first is equal to s, but count is currently 0, so we don't do anything. Count plus plus pre-index equals the current one, and then go to the next one, and then go to the next one on to the third one. We know that's okay. We add okay. So by doing this, then why do you even need the div position? Right? Why do you even need a div position? You don't. No, you don't. You don't need a div position. So what I'm saying is you do not need this. Instead, what you can do is say long result equal to 1. Okay? And we need a mod is 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So here, instead of doing all this, what we're gonna do is res equals to res times this. Okay. Then mod. Right? We'll do that. Keep going. And eventually we come out. We say return. We're gonna check count, right? If count is equal to 2, then we return int res. Otherwise, return 0. Okay. Oh no! That's not what we want. Let's page up. I'll go to 12K. Okay. What I think this shall be right. Oh, my bad. I didn't include the class. Okay, let's see if it's correct. Yep. Yeah, it's one of the easiest hard problem I've ever done. Definitely easier than this one. Much easier than this one. 2147. Since each room must have exactly 2 seats, right? Any consecutive 2 seats cannot have any divider in between them. Thus, we can iterate from left to right and ignore all the spaces between consecutive seats. Further, we compute the number of possible positions between 2 pairs of consecutive seats, right? Now I shouldn't say consecutive, it's 2 pairs of seats. These are the positions where one divider can be placed. The result is the multiplication of all these number of positions, of possible positions. I just realized I spelled it wrong. Let's go up. What's up? This is up. Note also, if the count of seats is odd, the answer is 0. ON. Man, my monitor is tripping. It's flashing. I'm not sure what happened. No, it's not the monitor. I think it's IntelliJ. IntelliJ is tripping. Alright, if IntelliJ is tripping, that means we need to turn it off. Alright, am I crazy? It's flashing. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it was tripping. Here's a DP solution for this. And what is my solution? What? Oh, to char, right? Combinatorics. Yeah, just use long, right? I don't know, do you use long? Yeah. I use long. I turn int long. Yeah. I think this is our solution. Yep. All right. What is the DP? I don't understand. I didn't even think about DP, to be honest. I don't like how do you even get to the DP part? Yeah, exactly. This is my inspiration, right? This is what I get my solution from. Once you get there, and then you can just do it. I think these are just actually count, all right? Starting from every plot in general has two options. I've realized that there are two S in the growing section. Seeds can take only a limited number, 0, 1, or 2. If we close a section here, it means that for the next section we'll have 0 as remaining. As a function of index and seeds. We either can close a section or we can keep growing the section. S or P. If this is S, then we have to close a section and start a new section. To call count for the next. Return count. Index plus 1 and 1. If it is a P, then we have two options. Yeah. Close a section, then add the next index. We'll have seats is 0. Keep growing, the next will have seats. So it'll be yes. don't have any option but just to keep growing. Let's look at the top down. This won't be, oh my goodness, so many. If the current is S, then there's no way we can do so. We just keep growing. We have to close and start a new one. Yeah, basically there's only one way. If it's a P, then we can either close it, so we start with a 0, or we don't close it, we do this. Or the currency is smaller, and then we cannot close. So if it's S, increment. If it's not an S, we just keep growing. Yep, it is. Yeah, I can do DP, but I'm not gonna do DP on this. All right, let's do this. So we can copy and paste this whole thing. Now the issue with this is not the issue. What we want to do is to do it without this is from the official solution, where each row in the matrix after computing the cumulative height, right? The cumulative height of each cell is not sorted, right? So the idea is that we always have a previous row that is sorted, right? We have a previous row that is sorted. We place both the count, both the height, right? Height and the column index in the sorted row, and in the sorted previous row, right? The sorted previous row. And then for the current row, right? The current row, if the count, right, is if row J, right, if row J is larger than 0 and previous pre-row and the jth column of previous row is also larger than 0, right? Then its position doesn't change, right? Then the position of the jth column in the sorted row does not change, right? Hold on, we should sort it from large to small, right? So we go from the first one. We go to the first one and we check. If it is, put it in, right? If it is not, then we just, hold on. Let me redo this. It's sorted. Let's say sorted in descent, right? We place both the height and column in the sorted previous row. Then for the current, then When we iterate from left to right on the previous sorted row, if pre-row j, right? If pre-row j, we shall say pre-row j equal to height column. Okay, so if pre-row j if row pre-row j 1 is larger than 0, right? Then its value must be bigger than pre-row j 0, right? Which means in the current sorted row, it maintains the same position as the previous row. If row pre-row j 1 is equal to 0, then this row, then this value is eliminated, does not exist, should not, is gone in the current sorted row. If some row jj, if some row k, not so jj, if some row k is equal to 1, right? If some row k is equal to 1, then then it will be it will always be added to the end. Right, hold on. As we go through all the column index, all the columns in the previous row, we have made the decision, right, on decision whether these columns will continue to be in the current sorted row or not. Then we have to go through the current row again to find any values, right, that are 1. These values, these cells, do not exist in the previous sorted row, yet they must be included towards the end of the current sorted row to quickly identify which cells. Yeah, it's just, it has to be 1, right? Because if you're consecutive, you'll always have some values if it's larger than 1. Yep. Yeah, that's what I think. Then we can compute, right? And after we get the current sorted row, we can compute all possible setup of rectangles. So I don't like to call it, I call it row don't do this, right? So we need to have a previous row. Yeah, so we're gonna have list integer pre-roll, right? It's gonna be new array list. And for the first one, pre-roll, current row. Huh. So the first row, yeah, we have to go through anyway. So we should say for. Oh, that's not integer though. This should be int, right? Then we say int current row, right? And then we have to first go through the pre-roll, right? So for int tuple of pre-roll, right? Int v equal to tuple 0. Okay, int j equal column equal to tuple 1. Okay, and then what we need to do is to say if row column, right? If a row column is larger than 0, it has to be, because the previous is larger than 0. So this one, if it's larger than 0, must be 1. Then current row dot add new int. We need a height, row, column, and column. And if the current one is 0, we just skip it. Right? Current one is 0, just skip it. And we'll go towards the end. Then we already know which one is. So we might as well just. Nah, that's fine. What do you think? I think we just do 2 pass. Yeah, I think I'm okay with doing 2 pass. But man, you already know which one is going to be. So you might as well just, current row, and then we can do another list. Hold on, I'll be back. Alright, where are we? I said I want to add a new thing. Tails. Okay, so we can say if it's larger than 0, we can say else if row column if it's equal to 1, then tails dot add new int. Oh yeah, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right, because we're going through the pre-roll. It has nothing to do with these two. Yeah, pre-roll, it's pre-roll. So we go through, we go through all this. Right, and then after we go through all this, these are the ones that's larger. And after it's done, now we're gonna go through for, int j equal to 0, j smaller than n, j plus plus. If row j is equal to 1, right? If it's equal to 1, then current row dot add new int 1 j. All right. Yeah, we go through the pre-roll. If it's larger than 0, it will not be, because 0 I don't put it in, right? It has to be. Okay, so you basically first one we put all the ones, and next one is a larger half of 2, and yeah. So we add at the end. So once we have the current row, then we're gonna do this. What we're gonna do is we don't need this. Don't need this. And basically we go through for int, let's say k. Okay. In fact, we can delete everything. K equal to 0. Right, k smaller than current row dot size. Right, k plus plus. And then we can say this is what we're gonna do. Current row, right, dot get k. Current row dot get k. What we need is a value, right? It's a value with 0. It's the height. Okay, it's the height, and times the maximum we can get is probably its column, so it's going to be current row dot get k 1. Right, this is the index on the column. This is a column index. Column index plus 1 is the number, is the width, right? It's the width. So the height times the width, and yeah, we don't need this. Okay, yeah, I agree. We can probably use ints. I don't like ints. Can we just call it tops again? Yeah, top. And then once we're done, blah blah blah, we shall say pre-roll equal to current row. Go back up. Okay, let's check. It doesn't, I think doesn't press it well. Okie dokie, let's take a look. That is not right. Ugh. What is wrong? Of course, we're gonna try this. I think we have. Yeah, I don't like this test case. It's too complicated. All right. So 0, 0, 1 at the beginning. Can we print out the current row? Okay, so we're gonna say a system.out.println current row .toString. Not sure. Is this the right way to do it? Print. Yep, that's not the way to go. For man, I already have a for, so might as well just do it here. System.out.print tuple toString. I don't know. Nope. It's not toString though. I think it has to be collections dot toString. And how do we print array list list.toString. Deep toString. I'm still confused. So I think the best way is not to do it this way. The best way is to, we go to here, comment out this. Yeah, this is the best way. One, two, three. So I think we'll have 1, 0, or 0, 0, 1, right? 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. And 1, 0, 1. Okay, let's put a thing here and let's debug. Okie dokie, and matrix is changed. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2. That is correct. All right, first row, nothing. So we're gonna form J is if it's equal to 1, and no, this is. So the current row will be 1, 2. Yeah. So when I go 1 is its height. 2. Oh, that is wrong. It's not tuple 1 plus 1. Oh, it's K. That's why you have to do K. I got it. I got it. I know why it's wrong. I knew it. So here we go here. We go this int K equal to 0. K is useful. Smaller than current row dot size and K plus plus. So we're gonna do. I'm gonna say int tuple equal to current row dot get K. Okay, just one more line. And actually, no, dot get K 0. Wait, delete this one, and we go for tuple. This is not right. This is just going to be K plus 1. That's 4. So I think we only need to change this. Everything else is the same. Yeah, printing is a very convoluted, so the best way would just be to, debug it. Which I'm not sure what this one, 12, I think it's correct. Yeah, I think I remember it's 12. It's actually not as fast because you have the array list, but it's an interesting method. So technically it will be OMN. Right, that's technically OMN. Okay, so this is from yesterday? No, I think this is from the day before. Yep, this is from the day before. Yeah, let's reset it today. Okay, that'll be it. Done with this one as well. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios.